Okay, so I'll open VS Code. Then the file, open recent, because we have recently opened it and it's in the second phase. Okay, so after opening the folder, make sure you the index.html file, and then click on go live. So it will take some time to warm up, and we will see go live here in a second. Yeah, go live. Okay, this was ours. Okay, so let's start with the next section. What do you see here? This second section. How many divs do you see? So how many divs do we have in this section after the navbar?
Two?
How come there are two? No, no, just this section, just this
Which
drag
one?
section.
5.
Yeah, five, but before five we have
One.
one. Yes, all of them are enclosed in a single div. So whenever you see something in a group, it's always it has to be in a parent. Okay, and the other thing was if you see something side by side, it has to be in a single parent. So we have a parent, and inside the parent we have five. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, so let's code it. So I'm gonna collapse this one, this section right here. Sorry, not this one, this one. Okay, so yesterday we have talked about the semantic tags. Okay, so wait, I think Miss Khadija's here. Yes. Okay, so yesterday we have talked about semantic tags. We're gonna keep up with that. Okay, so the main parent is going to have that semantic tag. So today the semantic tag would be the section tag. Okay, it's like a div. Okay, it's like a div, but it's, you can say it's a semantic div. Okay, it'll help the search engines to locate our websites easily. So section, it's a div, and let's give it a name. So class, and maybe let's call it, what should we call it, this section, what should we name it? Give me a name.
Wait, for which one?
This is the second one after the navbar, this one.
Um,
Wait,
Nice.
links. Yeah, yeah, we can do links, but I guess there are a lot of other links as well. Nav links. Yeah, we can do nav links, but I guess we have already did nav links.
Can do offers.
Um, Maybe let's say a header. Let's say header. Yeah, that sounds kind of, you know. Okay, so header, and inside the header we have this list. So what is this list? Is this an ordered list or unordered list? This one. If it's a list, is it ordered or is it unordered?
No, unordered.
unordered?
Good. It's unordered. So I'm gonna say UL, and then inside the UL we're gonna have what? Which tag do we have inside the UL?
Li.
Good, li, and it'll be hotels and resorts. Copy it, and we have our amenities. Copy it down. Then we have restaurants and dining, and then weddings and events, and then we have tours and travels. Okay, so yeah, we have the list. Okay, what we want now is I want to have them aligned side by side. What should I do?
Display
Very
flex.
good. Display flex on what?
On header.
Header is not the parent of these li. Who's the parent of these
Uh,
li?
UL.
Yeah, ul. So basically we are going to target this ul. Okay, just this ul. We're gonna have a lot of uls in the coming sections. So I just want to target this ul. This ul is inside this header section. So what we are going to say is we're going to say dot header, then space ul. So it's going to target only the ul that is inside the header class, and I'll say display flex. Yeah, they're good. Okay, now I don't want to have these dots. Can you see these black dots, the bullets?
Yeah.
Okay, so why are they there? Why are these bullets present here?
Because the unordered list.
Exactly, good, because there's an unordered list. So how do I remove it? Have we discussed about this? I think we had, but we haven't. How do we remove?
I don't remember.
Okay, so the property name is list style. Okay, list style, we can have multiple list styles. All of these are ranked here. Okay, but what we want is none. So there you go. Okay, so the
Okay.
next thing is going to be, how do I want it to be aligned on the x-axis, or how do I align them on the x-axis? What's the problem?
Align items.
That's for y-axis.
Oh, justify content.
Yes, justify content. Justify content, and how are they justified? How are they justified? Are they between? Are they round? Are they evenly? Are they in the center?
Round.
So
Are
how are
they
they
in the
aligned?
center?
They're in the center, yeah. So I'm gonna say justify content, and I'll say center. So they are going to be in the center, but I want to have some space between them.
So gap.
Gap.
Gap, good. So I'm gonna say gap, and I said 3 term would be good. Yeah, it's good. But I want them to make. I want it to be bolder. So what should I do? Font weight, yeah, good. Font weight, maybe let's say bolder. Come on, bolder. Save it. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so now I want the background to be black. So what I'm gonna do is, very good, background color to be black. Yeah, we have it, but we don't see anything. Why is that? Yeah, good. The color to be white. I'm gonna say white. Yeah, it's good. But I need to have, I need to have a separator between them. So what should I do? I want to have a separator between them, just like this one. Uh-huh. The separator, this one. Yeah, good. The HR. Okay, so let's locate the navbar, and we can say I want the border bottom. Yeah, border bottom, and 1 pixel solid, and I want it to be gray. So yeah, it's good, it's good. So now I want to have, space inside this one, this, all of this. So what is this? Good. Padding on what? The link. So who's the parent? The ul, yeah, but who's the main parent? The header, yeah. So the padding on the header, so let's locate the header. So dot header, and I'm gonna say padding, and let's say 1 rem. I guess it'll be good, or maybe we need to degrade it. What happened here? What happened here? We did get the padding, but I gave the padding to the header, and the background color is being applied to the ul. So basically there is the padding on the header, but the background is on the ul only. So that's why basically what we're seeing here is the padding is on the header. Wait, let me give the header some background color so you can see it easily. I'm gonna say background color to be red. So this is the header. Okay, the header had the padding, but the black background color we applied it on the ul. So that's why basically the space we're seeing is inside the header and not the ul. So what's the solution for that? How can we, I want to have space inside this only, not the header. So what should I do? Yeah, yeah, padding in what? Yeah, good, in the ul. Or we can do this, we can put the background to be black in the header. So basically now the color mixes up, so we wouldn't know the difference between, the ul and the header, so it wouldn't matter. Okay. I think we've made them too bold, so maybe let's say decrease it a bit. so font weight to be, let's say, 500, 600. No, or we can make them normal. We can say normal. Yeah, it's kind of good. Okay, so this section is really important, this one. So what do you think is happening here? Exactly, the video is playing. So after this section, we're gonna have the video container. This is the main section, so I'm gonna say it's the hero section. So I'm gonna put section and I'll name it hero. Okay, so inside this section I'm gonna have this video, so I'll put a video tag, and I am going to need this video. So what I'm going to do is I'll just right click, inspect. What happened to the video here? That's not looking really good. Okay, wait, let me get the video. So basically you are going to click on this and you have to search for the video. So open this one. We have this H4. We don't want that. We don't want that as well. So where is this video located? Open it up maybe. And this is the form. This is the rest button. No. The video should be somewhere around here. So why can't I see it? Where is the video? Can you guys see the video? If you can see the video, all you can do is press Control. First select this. Okay, select the inspector tools. Put Control F. Press Control F, and then type video. But there's no video. Oh, there is a video present. Okay, so here's the video. Yeah, I guess this is the video. Yeah. Yeah, there is an option. So basically what you can do is, wait, like just right click and copy video address. No, we can't do. The option isn't available here. So we have to, we have to sort out the video ourselves. So right click, inspect, and then this code is really, it's kind of messy here. So what you can do is, first you can click on this. Okay, click is must, so that it's selected, and then press Control F, and then type video. So it's going to basically select all of the video that are present in the website. So this isn't the video. Yeah, this is the video. Yeah, this is it. So no, again, and yeah, this seems to be the video. Copy it, and let me see if this is the actual video. Yeah, this is the video. Is this the video? I guess this is it. But there's a problem with this video, and is this the same video?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a different video. What one is this? Wait, let me copy it. Let me copy this link. Wait, this is the video. So where is the video then? Let me copy it and paste here another tab. Let's remove this. No, this is no video. I guess we can put this video, I think, because it's taking a lot of time to counter this video, and we cannot find this video. This is the video box. Okay, maybe open it up, and this is what's saying this video is. So right click, copy, paste. No, this is the video. So I guess this is the video, so we can just copy it, but there is going to be a problem with it. This is the YouTube video, and I guess when we were studying about the video tag, I have told you something about the videos, which videos are playable. Have I told you about that? Like how do you put videos in your website? How do you put videos in your website? Yeah, video tag. And what kind of videos can you use in your website? Can you use the YouTube videos? Why is that? Why can we use the YouTube videos? Exactly, good, because they have a copyright. But there is a way to use these videos. Okay, and what is that way? Using another tag instead of video tag. What we are going to do is we're going to put iframe tag. So what is this tag? It's basically allows you to put third party integrations into your website. For example, YouTube is a third party, and what does a third party refers to? What do you think a third party refers to? In programming, third party is something that you do not outside of the website. Yeah, good, that is one way. So basically third party refers to something that you don't own. Okay, for example, this is our website, this one. Okay, we own this website, but this video is coming from a website that isn't ours. Okay, so basically that's a third party. So anything that you do not own is a third party. So when you want to add something from the third party, what you use is this iframe tag. Okay, so in this source you are just going to put that video, and that's it. So let me see, do we have the video here? We have the video. Okay, but there's a problem with it. What is the problem? It's too small. Yeah, good. So what we can do is we're gonna put width to be, let's say, 100%. So now we have the video. Yeah, but there's still a problem. Yeah, good. The height to be, let's say, 80 VH maybe. What is VH? What does VH refers to? We have studied about this, and it doesn't take an effect. Viewport height, yeah, viewport height doesn't take an effect. So maybe let's say 80%. No, this appearance is too small. So maybe let's say give a hard-coded value. Yes, good, but there is a problem with this. And what's the problem? The video isn't taking up the full space. Yeah. So we can do one thing, but wait, let's try that thing. So let's first reduce this height. This is the height, and maybe more, 500 px. Yeah, this seems quite good. Maybe that's 600 px. Okay, that's good. Okay, so what we want to do is we want this video to take up 100% of its parent. Okay, do you guys understand the problem? We want this video to take up the 100% of its parent. That is, I want it to take the width from here to here, but the problem is this video is the aspect ratio of this video is like this. It's smaller by default. So there is a property to counter this. So what we can do is I want to target this iframe inside the hero tag. So what we can do is we can say dot hero. Okay, and then we can say iframe. Okay, so basically it's targeting the iframe that is inside the hero tag. So the property that allows something, an image or a video, to take up full width, doesn't matter even if the aspect ratio doesn't align up, even if it's by default smaller. So if you want to take an image or a video to take up the full space of its parent, so the property is object fit. Okay, so what it's going to do is it's going to fit that video or image inside its parent. So what we want to do is we want to make our iframe cover its parent. Okay, so let's try this. Nah, it doesn't work. So basically we need a video, an actual good video, because this is an iframe tag, so it's not gonna work. So what should we do? We want to have this video, but let's take another video. Let's take a dummy video because we want to have a video, a big video. So maybe let's say restaurant, maybe. Let's search for restaurants, and This seems kind of nice. Ah, it looks good. So right click, copy video address, and remove this. Plus remove this iframe as well. So I want to now embed a video in my website. What should I do? Not the iframe, not the YouTube video, and actual video. So what should I do? Which tag do I want? So, no, the tag, not the attribute, the video tag. Okay, so that's inside the source. I'm gonna paste it, save it, but again the problem is it's too big. So what we can do is we can say that the width should be 100% of its parent. Yeah, it's good. And again the height should also be, how much was it? I guess 600 px. Okay, so there's a video, but this video isn't playing. Also, this video isn't covering up the parents. So we can sort that out later, but first we want this video to play, and I want it to play by default. So what should I do? Like it should play, sorry, rotate, autoplay, yeah, good, autoplay, but it's not gonna
And
play
loop, right?
again. And the second attribute was
Loop.
muted.
Oh, muted. Yeah.
It's not playing because there seems to be the problem with the video. So let's change the video. Oh my god, this video is, wait, remove this and take this video. So copy video address and change the address. So yeah, it's working, but there's a problem with this video as well. And what's the problem? What's
It's
the
not taking up the whole page.
exactly, good. So what's the property we have studied about, videos or images taking up the full space of its parent? What's the property for that? So we're gonna say hero and then video, because we want to target the video that is inside the hero section. And the property is, if you want a video to take up the full space of its parent regardless of the ratios. Okay, what I mean by ratio is, so I want this video to take up full space of its parent. It doesn't matter if the video is cut off. Okay, so basically what's happening right now is video is trying to fit in inside the parent and keeping the all of the content intact. Okay, it's keeping all of the content intact. It's not cutting anything off. But what we want to do is we want the video to take up the full space of its parent, and we don't care even if the content in the video is cut off. We just want it to take full space of the parent. So how can we do that? We can say object fit.
Alright.
Okay, by default it's contain, and what contain is going to do is going to shrink down the video so that we can see all of the video. It's not cut it from the left and right. But what we want to do is we want to take up the full space of this parent. So what we want to do is we are going to say cover. We want this video to cover up the parent. So yeah, now it's covering up, but there's a problem here. The video stopped. We want it to play again and again. So what's that attribute for that?
Loop.
Loop. Yeah, good. So we're gonna say loop. Very good. Save it. Now it will be played again and again. Yeah, it's good. But now comes the fun part, and that is we want to have this text nested on top of the video. How can we do that? And plus this content as well. First of all, let's make this content. Okay, hospitality perfected. Copy it, and we want it in the same section as the video. Okay, make sure it's in the same section as the video. So I'm gonna say h1, and I'll copy it, just the heading, and then paste it. So now we have this. Okay, now who's gonna tell me how can we make this heading go on top of the video? How can we do that? How can we make this h1 go overlaid on top of the video? We have
Do we
already
use the after and before?
no. Even
No.
if you were to use after, this text is going to be, just going to be displayed after the video. We want
You
this
can
text.
make the iframe the relative.
Oh, very good. Exactly. That is exactly what we have to do. Very good. So basically, we want to, make this text, move this text according to the video. So how can we do that? We can do that using positions. So when you use positions, it doesn't matter if the things are coming on top of each other, they're stacking on top of each other, because video is basically, it's you can say, what's the word? Uh, what's the word for that? That they doesn't care about the layout. So when you put positions on something, it's not gonna care about the layout. So basically, it's gonna be stacked on top of each other. So what we want to do is we want to make this video relative. Okay, so who's the parent? The hero is the parent. So I'm gonna say this hero is gonna have the position of relative, and who's gonna be positioned absolute? Who'll be positioned absolute?
The header.
Very good. The
Heading.
heading. So we're gonna say hero dot hero, and then space h1. So basically it's going to target the h1 that is inside the hero. And what we want to do with that, first of all, we want to make them, we want to make it bigger. So I'm going to say font size to be, let's
You
say,
put. I have a question. You
yeah.
put the video in the hero, so does that become relative as well?
The video, no, the video doesn't becomes relative. It's just the parent. If you target something specifically, only then that property is going to be applied. Okay, by default everything is positioned static. So video
Yeah,
is static by default.
you
It's,
put the hero video. You made that relative.
we have made the, oh, sorry, yeah, you're perfectly right. We have made
Okay.
the video relative. We wanted to make what relative?
The heading.
No, no, no,
I mean
relative.
the hero. The
Yeah,
hero.
yeah. Very good catch. You're perfectly right. We have to make the hero relative, not the video. Good. So position relative to the hero, and heroes, and h1 we want to make it bigger. So we're gonna say 5 frame. Yeah, it looks good. So now we want to, move this according to the hero section. So what we can do is we're gonna make it positioned absolute. So yeah, now we want it to be in the center of its parent. What are those three magical properties? How do we make something centered, the absolute position div to be in the center?
over 50%.
Very good. Top 50%, and then
Left 50.
left 50, and then, you don't have to forget all of the properties, all of the previous
Transform.
transform, and then
Transform. Transition.
not transition. What was it?
Translate.
Translate. Minus 50% and minus 50%. So now it's dead in the center. Why isn't it? I'm selecting. Okay, but there's a problem. The text is black. We don't want it to be black. We want it to be white. So what should we do?
Color.
Yeah,
Color
good.
white.
Color, be white. But again, it's not much. So let's make this a little more fancy. Well, what I want to do is I want to have this text in gradient. It's something new. Okay, we're gonna study something new, and it's really cool. So what we want to do is we want this text to have a gradient background. Like this text should be gradiently, it should have a gradient. It should flow from red to maybe, let's say, green or blue. So we want to have a gradient in the background, not in the background. The text should be gradient. So what's the property for making something, a gradient? Putting a gradient on something. What's the property for that? What's the property for making something a gradient background? Having something of a gradient background.
You mean gradient?
Yeah, good. What's the property?
Background.
Very good.
Background.
Background, and then background, not the
The
color.
linear gradient.
Yeah, good. Linear gradient. So what's the gradient we want? Let's say red. We want red. We want green. And let's say we want blue, and we want it to flow from top to right. So in the starting we're going to say, sorry, not top to right, to right. So yeah, we have the gradient, but we want this gradient to be only applied on the text, not the background. Okay, do you guys get what I want to say? Like what I want to do?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we just want the gradient in the text, not the background. So how can we do that? So there's a property called dash webkit dash text dash sorry, not text, background clip dash webkit dash background dash clip. What this means is we want to clip the background. Okay, so how much do we want to clip the background? Like the background should be confined to what? It should be confined only to the text. Okay, so what we can say is webkit background clip to be text. What happened here?
It disappeared.
Yeah, it disappeared, but it is there. I can assure you it's there.
Hmm.
What we did here, what we said here is I want the background to be, go behind the text. So basically there is the gradient, but it's behind the
It's
text.
behind the picture,
Yeah,
the
behind, not the
video,
picture. No, 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 no. Behind the
Text.
the
text.
text.
Yeah. So how can we, see the gradient? How can we see it? What do you think? What should we do in order to see the background gradient? What should be done
Like
in
right
order to?
now?
You
What should be
do
done?
you add a height?
I want to hide what?
Do you add a height?
No, I don't want to hide. So basically, what's happening here is this text is hiding the background. So if I were to make this text, you know, transparent, what would happen? What would happen if I make this text transparent?
Eh, then it would show
Yeah, you're gonna see behind the text. So what's behind the text? What is behind the text?
The color?
its
The color.
background.
The
Yeah.
background?
So how can we do that? We're gonna say webkit dash text dash fill dash color. And what color do we want? We want it to be transparent. So here you go. Let's do it again.
It's cool.
Okay, let's do it again. So I'm gonna remove this. So here we have our text. So what we want to do is we want to have a background with linear gradient. So what's the property for that? Background?
Background color.
No,
Yeah.
just the background. Linear gradient. Now
Oh.
give me some, really attractive colors.
Uh, pink, purple,
Pink is light. It should be
uh,
strong colors. So that's a purple. Yeah, purple is dark. And
Green
purple,
and blue
blue. Yeah, let's say blue. And give me one more.
and green.
green,
Green. No, something that is going to
purple,
complement purple and
blue,
blue.
purple, blue.
How about yellow?
Yellow. Yeah, let's say yellow.
Oh yes.
And we wanted to flow from left to right. So in the start, we're gonna say to right. Yeah, it looks good, but I think yellow should be in the start. Or maybe not. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good. Okay, let's do yellow in the start. So we have more yellow and less purple.
Okay.
Yeah, now it's looking good. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to hide this background only behind the text. Like it should be hidden behind the text. What's the property for that? Dash.
Dash webkit.
Very good. Webkit
Dash
dash
fill
background
background.
Background.
dash
Dash
clip. Like we want
clip.
to clip the background. Okay. So how much do we want to clip the background? Only behind the text. So that's what we're gonna say text. So now it's hidden behind the text. So how can we see the background? By making the text transparent. And how can we make the
Transparent.
text transparent? Dash
Dash
webkit
webkit.
dash
Dash fill.
text
Oh,
dash
text dash
fill,
fill.
and it's suggesting you that, and then
Dash
dash
color.
color. Yeah. What do we want the color to be?
Transparent.
Very good, transparent, so that we can see what's ahead of this. So yeah, it's good. Okay, so let's move towards this. What This is kind of tricky. So how do we make it? Let's make the layout first. So what do you guys see here? Like you're gonna do it yourself. What do you see? Do you guys see something?
It's it's one whole container
Very
with
good. It's
five.
one container. So it's one container. Very good. And how many containers do we have inside this one container?
Five.
Very good. Five exactly. So we have the city. We have the city. We have the check-ins. We have the people. We have the promo code, and we have this button. Okay, so kind of easy. Yeah, it looks easy. So let's go inside the index.html, remove this. And so what is this section? It's, I guess, it's a check-in form. Yeah, it's a check-in form. Not check-in form, it's a find form. Find. Okay, so I'm gonna create a section, and I'll say it's a find form. Okay, section with the name of find form. So inside this we have how many divs? We have 5 divs. So the city, the check-in, the people, the promo code, and the button. So the city is saying city. So maybe what is this heading? Is this a heading? Yeah. So which heading is this?
Like
3 is gonna be a,
H4.
yeah, H4. Let's say H4. And it's gonna say city. 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 Then we have check-in. So let me copy this. So let's say it's how did I did this, like selected multiple elements. What was the shortcut? Like I want to select the city that's coming next to this city, the next word that says it. Very good, control D. So it's gonna say check in. Yeah, yes, check in and check out and check out. The C is gonna be capital. And then we have this icon, we can do it later, and copy it again, and let's name it people, and 0 adults, 0 children. Okay, so I'm going to say 0 adults, and we have this vertical bar here, so you can find it inside your keyboard. It's above the enter key, shift and that key, and 0 children. And then the promo code, copy it, let's name it promo, and we're going to say promo code. And then this last section, this is a button. Okay, so maybe make a div, not just a button, so we can align it perfectly. So it's gonna say find hotel, and let's name this div to be find. Yeah, so the background is ready. Yeah, so I think it's not H4, it's smaller than H4, and I think it should be P, not H4. So I'm gonna select all of the H4s that are coming and P. Yeah, it's good. So now I want them side by side. What should I do?
Display that.
Yeah, good. On what? What should I? Where should I put display flag? Yeah,
On the parent.
who's the parent?
City.
Uh-huh.
The find.
The find form. Yeah, the parent of each element is the find form. So I'm gonna say dot find form and simply say display to be flex. Yeah, perfect. We want the background to be like this, but there's something special about this background. And what's that special thing about this? Can you see? What's the special thing about this color? Like just this part. This part.
Transparent.
Yeah, good. It's transparent. We can see across this. Okay, so how can we do that? We're gonna discuss later. First, let's give it a color. So I'm gonna use Colorzilla and pick this color up. And I'm gonna say this find form is gonna have a background of this. Yeah, we have this background. What do we need more? Like I wanted to have exactly be like this. So what should I need? Come on, I want to make this.
Olive yellow.
Sorry.
Olive yellow.
Why do I need color, Sheila? I've already pasted the color here. What more do I need? Like I have the color. Okay, I have the color that I need. What more should I do to make it look like this and not like this? Like what do I need here?
Need padding.
Yeah, good, the padding. So we're gonna say padding to be, let's say, 3 rem. What happened to this hospitality perfected?
It's not the center.
It's not in the center. Plus it was taking, I think it was in the one line, but it's not anymore. So why is that? We can change the width. We can say width of this H1 should be max content. What does this mean? What does width max content would refer to? Like the width of H1
Take
should,
up the whole space.
yeah, good, as much space as the content, as there is content inside it. So yeah, perfect. And we have this. Yeah, it's good. So next, what we want to do next? I think I
It
think
needs to be in the middle.
yeah, good. What needs to be in the middle?
The
The whole thing. Yeah, but
the whole thing. Yeah, the whole thing.
the whole thing. Yeah. So for that we need to decrease its width first, because if the width is 100%, we don't have any space to move. So that's why we need to decrease the width. So let's say width of this should be around, let's say, 70%. Yeah, it's good. So how do we make this go in the center? How do we do it? Come on, you have did it. This is around maybe 30 to 40 times now. How do we make something go in the center?
Margin.
Yeah, good, margin. So we're gonna say margin to be auto, but I don't think
Auto.
we're gonna need it. Okay, so now I want the text to be in the center. So we can say text align in the text align in the center.
Center.
It's not gonna work because we have a display flex, and when you have a display flex, how do you center stuff?
Justify
Very
content.
good. Justify content. Justify content in the center. But I don't think we have this in the center. There's space between. It's
So
not in the
that
center.
here.
So space between. I wanna have
Ooh.
space between them. Yeah. Now it's looking kind of, it's just getting there. So what
Are you
more do
gonna
I
make
need?
the color white?
Yeah, very good. So maybe let me decrease the padding is too much. Yeah, it's good. So it needs to be white. So I'm gonna say color to be white. Perfect. Now I want to make it rounded, so I'm gonna say border radius to be, let's say, 10 px. Yeah, it's good. Now comes the good part. How do I make this brown div go here? How do I make it go? Stack it on the video. Yes,
Position.
very good. Position, just like we did with the H1. So this find form is gonna have what position? Which position is it going to have?
Absolute.
Very good. Position absolute. So I want this to be in the center. How should I do it? Just like I did with the H1. How?
Top, left,
Very good.
transform, translate.
Top 50%, left 50%, and then the last property was
Transform,
very
translate.
good. Transform, translate, minus 50%. But there is going to be a problem. And what is the problem?
It's on top.
Yeah, it should be on the bottom. So maybe let's say increase the top from 50 to 70. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay. So now comes the good part, and that good part is I want to see across this brown div. Okay, like it should be transparent. It should have a color, but it should have a color like that so that I can see across it. So it's a new thing. Okay. So there are a lot of ways you can write colors. This is the hex code. Then we have the color name, and then we have something called RGB. Do you guys know about RGB?
No.
Okay,
Red.
RGB.
Isn't red, green, blue?
Exactly, good. Red, green, blue. So basically every color you see basically comes from these three colors. When you mix them according to some proportion, they give you some color. Okay, so we're gonna write it, okay, using the RGB values. So let me make this into an RGB. How can you do that? You're gonna hover upon it and then click on this. Click on this. It's gonna give you different formats on how you can write codes. Okay, click on this. It's gonna give you a lot of formats. But what do we need? We need this RGB. Okay, so R stands for red, like 89 proportion of red out of 255. Okay, maximum is 255. So 89 proportion of red, 82 proportion of green, and 73 proportion of blue is gonna give you this this what is this color called? Brown color. Okay, so then there is another thing. We have RGBA. What do you think A refers to? Take a guess.
Auto. I have no idea. Is
Um,
it a color?
Is it
No,
for
no,
all?
it's not a color.
Does it stand for all?
Sorry,
Like
no,
all the
all? No,
colors?
no, not all. So basically, A refers to alpha. Okay, so this
Mm.
alpha is here, it refers to the opacity of that color. By default, it's gonna be 1. 1 means that you can, it's opaque. What is an opaque object? I think you guys have studied about this in science. Opaque objects. What are opaque objects? Something that does not let the light
You
pass
can't
through it.
see through them.
Yeah, exactly, you cannot see through them. So those are opaque objects. Okay, so basically by default, one refers to an opaque object. You cannot see anything across them. Okay, but if you were to, so what's gonna happen now is you are going to see it's gonna have a 0.5 visibility. By default is 1, you cannot see anything across 1, but when you decrease it, then you are going to see across it. Can you see? We have the color, but we can see across it. Can you guys see?
yeah.
Or should I make it darker? I guess I think I should make it this 0.8. Yeah, now it's good. Okay, did you guys get it?
Yeah.
Did you guys, what is
Yeah.
RG? Sorry, is there a question?
No, no, I
No.
just said yeah.
Okay, okay. So, but there is a problem, and that problem is everything is opaque apart from this find hotel. So we don't want to make this find hotel to be opaque. Sorry, not opaque. We don't want to have opacity on this one. So we have to target this one separately. So that one is named as find. So I'm gonna say the find is gonna have a background color of this. No, it's not working because upper we have RGBA, so that's why this hex isn't working. So let me copy this RGBA and replace it with this hex, and I want this to have an opacity of 1. It is working, but there's a problem. Wait, let me zoom it. Can you see this thing? Like it is working, but I want the whole div to have that color. So why isn't it working? Because the find form has this color. So how do you think we can counter that? The find form, we have given the find form to have this opacity. Okay, but we want to give, like, I want to have this find hotel to have 0 opacity, like 1 opacity. Like I shouldn't be able to see anything across this. How can I do that? How can I do that? Wait, let me change the color so you guys can understand it properly. I have this color. Okay, so there's the problem. I want this fine hotel to take up the full width of its parent. Like it should be, it should have a height of, let's say, a full height. It should have 100% height, and the width should also be 100% of its parent, so that I have this red color across all of the div, like this part, only this part. Let me put the, yeah, across this part. I want to have the color across this part. So how can I do it? Like I want this fine hotel to have that width, all of the width. How can I do that? Just like this one. These four have the opacity, but the last one doesn't have it. How can I do it? Come on, think of some way. How can I make this find hotel to be like this without the opacity? What would happen if I were to make this find, take up the height to be, let's say, 100%? It's still not going to work. Why is that? Because we have padding on the parent. So what's the space you are seeing here is the padding. So what's the solution? How do we decrease this space? How do I decrease the space so that I can have, a height, a full height?
Would you target fine? I'm not
I am
sure.
targeting the find. Okay, the problem is we have given the padding to the entire parent. So when you have the padding to the entire parent, so obviously you're gonna have this space, but we don't want this space. We want this space to be inside the single element. So just remove this space from here, okay, and give each of these the padding so that all of the space is gonna be assigned to the single divs. So if I were to give padding to this one, we have this padding now. Okay, so we have to give padding separately to each div, like this city one, the check-in, the people, and the promo code. You don't have to give it to the parent because that way this color is not going to be visible to the parent. So copy it. Let's say we have the city, so I'm going to target the city. Give padding to each of them separately, check-in, people, and promo. So we're going to say check-in, we're going to say dot people and promo, and I guess that's it. And we'll say each of them is going to have a separate padding of 1.5 rem so that they have their own color. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so we don't want this to have red color, we want it to have that brownish color. Okay, now this doesn't have the opacity, but it's not rounded anymore. Why is that? Why do you think it's
Is
not?
that you have to give border radius?
Yeah, good, border radius. So in the find, I'm gonna say border radius, maybe let's say 10 pixels. Now what's the problem? Now what is the problem? There is a problem. It has the border radius from all four sides. We just wanted to have the border radius from this right and the top right and the top bottom. So how can we do that? We have studied about this. Like when you give border radius, so this is our div. When you give border radius only one parameter, when you only give one parameter in the border radius, it would mean that you are targeting all four sides. This top left, top right, and then we have bottom right, bottom left. But we just want to target this one and this one. So this one is going to be 0, this one is going to be 10, this one is going to be 10, and this one is going to be 0 as well. So basically border radius travels in a clockwise direction. So we want the 0 from the top left, we want the 10 pixels from top right, we want the 10 pixels from bottom right, and we want 0 from the bottom left. So this way you'll have border only from the right. Okay, I think we should do it again. Should we? Let's do it again. Let me remove the CSS, and now we're back to square one. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I want to have them aligned side by side. What should I do?
Display flex
Yeah, go display flex. Display flex on what?
on the find form.
Very good. Find form. Find form is appearance. I'm going to say dot find form. Find form is gonna have a display display of flex. Okay, great. Now this side by side. Now I want to have some background, like this exact background. So I'll copy it. I haven't copied it properly. So let me copy. Yeah, this one. Okay. So background to be. What's happening? Wait. So Control V. Save it. And now we have the background. What more do I need now to make it look like this? We want to have some space from the inside. What should I do? What should I do to have some space from the inside?
Padding.
Padding. Let's say 1.5 RAM, but we don't want to have padding on this one because it's
It's
going to
saying the
disturb.
class has ended 3 minutes.
Okay, so let me restart the class. So yeah, let me end it, and I'm gonna share you a new link. Okay. Okay. So where were we? Yeah, I wanted to have some padding from the inside of this. So I'm gonna say padding, and I say 1.5 RAM. Yeah. So we have the space from the inside. Okay. Now I want to make it smaller. How should I make it smaller? How do we make something smaller? What should
You
I do?
have to
Yeah, I have to do what? The width.
take pictures.
Okay, the width. Maybe let's say 65% this time. Yeah, it's good. I want to make them go in the center.
Margin.
Very good. Margin. So I'm going to say margin to be auto. Yeah, it's good. Okay, now I want it to make to have white color.
Color.
Good. Color. So I'm going to say white. Okay, now I want to spread them. How is it spreaded? It's justified between, space around. How is it? This is the real. How is
The
it?
space between.
Yeah, good. So I'm gonna say justify content and then space between. Yeah, it's looking good. I wanna make it rounded. So what should I do?
Border radius.
Very good. Border radius. Maybe let's say 10 px. Okay, now I wanna make it go where the heading was. So what should I do?
Position.
Very good. So I'm gonna say position to be absolute, and I wanna make it go in the center. So what should I do again?
Margin.
Uh huh.
Oh,
Top
position.
50%, left 50%, and then transform. Not transition. Transform, translate negative 50% and negative 50%. Yeah, but I want it to be lower than the heading. So what should I do? I should push it from the top. How do I do that? Like how do I?
Sorry, what's the question?
The question is, I want to have this div to be below this heading. How should I do it?
Um, you should.
Yeah, I want to push it from the top more. So what should I do? Like I'm literally giving you the things I want to do. I want to push it from the top more.
Margin top.
The top more. So we
The
already have the
top.
top, so we can change it to let's say 70%. So I want to push it 70% from the top, not just 50. So now we have it 70% from the top. Okay. So let's leave this for the moment. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to see past this div. So what did we studied about seeing seeing colors past something? How do we see something that with some opacity in it? What's the property?
The, the background color.
Very good, the background color, but the value is going to be a little different. So this is the background color. So I'm going to change it to which format?
Or
Yes,
R
R
G
G
R R G
B.
R G B
RGB.
A.
Yeah, good.
A.
RGB. So let me click it again and again. So now we have RGB. Let me put an A. What does A represents?
Alpha.
Very good,
Alpha.
alpha. And what does alpha represents? What does alpha represents?
Um, transparency.
Transparency. Very good. So I want to have, let's say, 0.8 transparency. So basically I want to see something, but I want to see it, it should be a little dark. Okay. So yeah, now I can see it past. I can see past this div. Okay. So that's good. Maybe leave this one for the moment, and we can come back to it later. So yeah, it was kind of difficult. So we have made this section. Let's do this last section. We can come back to the next section tomorrow, inshallah. Okay, so this we want to do this. So we're done with the video section. Let me collapse it, and let's do this one only. So what do you see? What is this? This one. This is another section. So let me make a section, and let me call it experience. Experience. Okay. So what is this? What is this element?
The heading.
Yeah, good. Which one? Which one?
Um,
Which heading is
is it
this?
H3?
H3 would be too
H
small. And H,
One.
we can use H1 again. Do you guys remember about that rule we have discussed when we were, studying, I guess in first class? So basically, you can use H1 more than once because it affects your SEO. Okay, so let's make it H2. We can increase the size. So let's say H2, and here you go. And what is this? What is this? This element.
paragraph.
Very good. It's paragraph. Yeah, we have it. No, we don't have the paragraph. Why is that? Yeah, we have the paragraph. Okay. So now I want to make it bigger. What should I do? I'm gonna say experience. Target the experience div. Experience. And then I'll target the H2 inside that experience. I want to make it bigger. So I'll say font size. Let's say 3 rems. Yeah, it's good. Now I want it in the center. What should I do? What should I do in order to make it go in the center?
Margin.
It's the text.
Text align. Okay.
Yeah, good. It's text align. So I'm gonna say text align in the center. Yeah. So same with this P as well. So let me target this P. So I'm gonna say experience and then P. Again, I want to make it bigger, font size, and let's say 1.5 rems. And in order to make it go in the center, I'm gonna say text align and center. Yeah, it's good. Now let's give them this color. So let me copy it. Where do I copy it? Yeah, here it is. Copy, and then here and here. How did I do this? Like I've clicked here and then I clicked here. Now both of them are selected. We have discussed about this shortcut. How do we do it? By using the Alt key. Okay, first you're gonna put your cursor where you want it, and then you're gonna press Alt key, and then again click on this on the place where you want your cursor. So I'm gonna click it again. So now we have the cursor on two places. So I'm gonna say color and then this one. Yeah, great. Okay, but now we want to have space from the top. What should I do? I want to have space. I want to give these two spaces from the top. What should I do? How do I give something space from the top or bottom or from left and right?
Uh, inside or outside?
Outside.
Margin.
Yeah, margin. So you have to judge on your own whether we want to space from the inside or the outside. Okay. So let me target the main container, that is experience, and I'm going to say margin, to be 2 rem and auto. What does this mean? So I want a margin from top to be 2 rem and
Top and
from left.
bottom 2
Very
rem
good.
and
And left.
auto left and right.
Very good. So yeah, it's good. So this one seems to be a little tricky, but it's gonna be much fun. So can you see that we have the text aligned on top of this div? Okay, we can do this right now, okay, because this is JavaScript. We just have to make these images and then the text. So we just have to make one and we can copy paste all of it again. So there's a text that is overlaid on top of this image, and we have already did this maybe, let's say, 5 minutes before. Okay, so how can we achieve this, like text on top of the image? How can we do that?
From position.
Very good, exactly, from positions. So inside the
I'm
same,
sorry, what?
no, you're right, from positions, yes.
Okay.
Sorry, is there a question?
No.
Okay. Okay, so we want to make this one. So what should we name the main container? Like all of them are enclosed in a single container. Let me make a layout as well.
Offers or packages.
Yeah, good. So make a main container and we can name it, yes, we can make, let's say, offers. And inside the main container we have a card, and this card has an image and it has heading, paragraph, and then another paragraph. So heading, then we have the paragraph, and then we have another paragraph. Yeah, and the same layout is repeated again and again. Okay, so let's make them name the main div to be, let's say, offers. Okay, so what should we name this single one? Give me a name for this single one.
Card
But they are
or
going to
offer
be,
card 1.
there are going to be more cards. Look, these are cards as
Card
well.
1. Offer card 1.
Yeah, good, that's good. So let's make it, let's say, offer card, and don't place one because we have to copy it again and again. Okay, so offer card
Okay.
is good.
Okay.
So inside this offer card we're gonna have this image. So I'm gonna say image, and then let me copy this image, copy image address, and paste it. So how much width does this image is going to have? What do you think? How much width does it have? Uh-huh. When we apply flex, you just have to give the width to be 100%. Flex is going to arrange it itself. Okay, we have this image. Okay, then we have this heading. So which is this heading? I think it's h5 or h4 maybe. Let's say h4. I can't copy it. No, I can. No, I can't. So let's say a world of privileges. A world of privileges. No, these are the spelling. Let me correct it. Quick fix. What's the spelling for privileges? Come on. Privileges. Vileges. Yeah, privileges. Yeah, we have the heading. So I want the text. Text. Okay, so I want the text, but I don't want to copy it. So I don't want to write it as well because it's going to take a lot of time. So we have something when we are making a testing site, when we are making a site. So in order to test stuff, we don't, for example, if we want to write, let's say, a paragraph of 1,000 words, are we going to structure those 1,000 words, write an essay or so? No. What you can do is, we have something called lorem ipsum in VS Code, which you use to test your paragraphs. How can you do it? You're just going to write lorem and write the number of words you need. So I'm going to say 7. So what it's going to do is, it's going to generate some random words, okay, that does not make any sense, but they do feel like a real thing. So let me press enter. So do they make any sense? Yeah, but they are, they are basically like serving as a paragraph. Look, they're like a paragraph. Okay, they don't make any sense, but they basically serves as a paragraph so that you can test your website. Okay, so then we have more paragraph and a bigger paragraph. So I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna say P, and then what should I do in order to generate those dummy letters, the dummy text? How do I generate those dummy data? Very good, lorem. And then the number of words I need. Very good. So let's say 15. This is the real website. I want this one. So why are they styled like this? I haven't did anything on this card, so why are the paragraphs styled like this? Why do you think it happened? Because no, because we have targeted every paragraph in experience. So basically, it's targeting every paragraph in that div. But we can sort that out later. But now we have the layout ready. And no, we have this last thing, the button with discover more. So after the paragraph, I'm gonna say a button, and let's name it discover. I'm just gonna say discover more. Yeah, everything's ready. So how many cards do I need? How many cards do I need? 1, 2, 3. No, just 3. The cards you are seeing on the screen. Yeah, okay, just you're seeing on the screen. So copy it down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, great. Now I want them in a single line. What should I do? Very good. Display flex on what? Yeah, good. On offers. So I'm gonna say dot offers and display to be flex, and they're side by side, but they have a lot of width, whereas if you were to see here, the width here is quite like small. So what should I do? Decrease the width. So maybe let's say 70%. Yeah, great. I want them in the center. What should I do? Very good. Margin, let's say 2 rem from top and bottom, and order from left and right. Perfect. Now I want to have some space between them. Very good. Gap, let's say 3 rem, because we can see a lot of gap here. Yeah, good. Now I want to target this paragraph because it's not looking good. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to say offers and then P. So it's going to target the paragraph that is inside the offers. So I'm going to say the font size for them is going to be 1 rem, not 1.5. Yeah, it's good. And sorry, offers and then content. So basically, if you were to say offers and then content, nothing's going to happen. Why do you think nothing's going to happen? Because there's no content class or content div inside this offers. Can you see anything named content inside this offer? No. So that's why nothing's going to happen unless you name this paragraph as content or any other name. Okay. Basically, computer is an illiterate machine. You have to teach it everything. Computer doesn't know anything. You have to teach it. Okay, so yeah, it's good. Maybe make this paragraph more smaller. So let's say 0.5 rem. They're too small now. Yeah, now they're looking good. Okay, so next thing I want to do is I want to first of all change the images so I can see the difference. So this is the first, this is the second, and let me get a brighter image. Yeah, okay, great. Now I want the text to be aligned on top of this image. What should I do? What should I do in order to make the text go on top of the image? Very good. Position. Position of on what? On, yeah, on. No. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I thought you were talking about position absolute. Yeah. First we're gonna target the picture. Okay. So I'll say offers and then image. So it's gonna select the image that is inside the offers. And wait, no. Image is not going to have position. Who's the parent here inside the single card? Who's the parent? It's not the image.
Offer card, the offer.
Yeah, good, the offer card. So basically the offer card is gonna have the position of relative. And who's gonna be position absolute?
The paragraph.
Which one? Just a paragraph.
The bottom one.
We just want the paragraph to be positioned absolute.
The one that's inside the offer.
Just a paragraph. Just a paragraph.
Paragraph, the button.
Yeah, exactly. The heading, the paragraph, and the button need to be positioned absolute. But there is a problem. Now, do we have to, individually target all of them one by one? At the moment, we do. Okay, there's no other option because all of them are separate. We have to target this h4 separately, then this paragraph separately, and then this second paragraph separately, and then this button separately. We have to target them one by one, which is not an optimized approach. So give me an optimized approach so that we can do the same work but with less code. What should we do in order to make the same thing? Like at the moment, we have to place position absolute on h4, on this paragraph, and on this button. We have to do it separately, one by one. So give me an approach that allow us to do the same thing but with less code. What should we do? Relative to what? We already did relative to offer card. But now wait, let me repeat my question. So the question is, we want to yeah,
Make a div with all of them and then start.
exactly, very good. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Very good. I think you miss Miriam. Who answered me?
Me,
Mm,
like,
okay, that's very good. Yeah. So basically, that's exactly what you have to do. You have to place all of them inside a single div, and you can target that div, so all of them are targeted at once. You don't have to separately target them. Okay. So that's very good. So let me make a div and let's name it content. Okay, Mr. Ali, what would happen now if I were to target content? Would it work or not? If I were to say offer cars and then content, would it work or not? Yeah, now because now we have the content here. Okay, so I'm going to. How did I did this? This one. How did I do it? Like this is the div. I wanted to enclose all of them inside this div. So I moved it like this. Have we discussed about this? Like how do you move an entire line up? Okay, so basically you press alt and then the arrow keys. If you were to press if you were to okay, we did. Okay, that's great. So if you were to press arrow down, it's gonna make that entire line go down. If you're gonna press arrow up, it's gonna go upwards, but we wanted to go down, so that's it. So now all of these h4 p, the second p, and the button is inside the content div, and when we target the content div, all of them are targeted at once, so we have less work and more output. So we're gonna do the same thing with the others as well. So I've copied it and I'm gonna paste it here. Again, I've copied it and pasted it here. Okay, so that's great. So now we want to target all of them at once. So what should we target? We're going to target what should we target in order to make all of them have the position absolute?
content.
Very good. I'm going to say dot content and then position of absolute. Yeah, that's good. Now I want to make them go in the center. Again, those three magical key properties.
Top,
Very good. Top 50%, then
left,
very good. Left 50%,
and then transform,
very good. Transform,
translate.
translate, minus 50% and minus 50%. Perfect. But I don't think we want them in the center. They're a little down. So what should I do in order to make them?
Change the top.
Very good. We are going to change the top to be, let's say, 70 or 80 or however you like. Yeah, it's good. But I can see it. It has to have a color of white. Color of white. First of all, going to work because we have specified the color on the piece specifically. Okay, so we have to target the piece specifically. So I'm going to say content and then p, like target the p that is inside the content to have the color of white. Yeah, perfect. But I want to have they're really cramped up because the content width is quite small. So I'm going to say the content is going to have a width of 90%. Perfect. But I want it in the center. So what should I do? Margin, auto, and text align in the
X.
center. Perfect. Let's make this button a little more appealing. So I'm gonna say the content and then the button. So it's gonna target the button that is inside the content. So what should I do in order to make my button look like this? What should I do?
Border radius.
Very good. Border radius. I'm gonna say border radius. Maybe let's say 30 pixels. Yeah, good. What more?
Padding. You need
Just really
padding.
quick.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have to leave the class right now. I have to go somewhere important. Can I see the recording for
Yeah,
the
yeah, sure,
remaining
sure, sure,
class?
no problem. This is the last
Thank you.
section anyways.
I'll look at the recording and I'll get the assignment
Okay,
done.
okay, no problem, no problem.
Assalamualaikum.
Okay.
Next time.
So I'm gonna make it a little bigger. So I'm gonna
We
say
need padding from the
padding.
inside.
Yeah, good. 10 px. This is ours. Yeah, it's looking good. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, now we don't want the border. So I'm gonna say border to be none. And yeah, now we want the color to be that brownish color. So this one. Perfect. So one last thing remaining, we want to have some spacing between these headings and the paragraphs. So what should we do? What should we do in order to give spacing to them all at once? Now it's a really important step. Can we use gap?
No, because display flex
Very
does
good.
not.
Exactly. We cannot use it because there's no display flex. So we can put a display flex on content. So I'm gonna say display flex, but it's gonna cause a problem. And what would that problem be? What's gonna happen? What happened here?
Oh, it aligned them.
Yeah, but I don't want them to be in a row. I want them in a column. Can I do that?
Yeah.
How can I do that? What was the property?
Then a display direction.
No, not display direction. It was
The
flex direction.
flex
Good.
directions.
Column. Yes, good. But this button now is now spanning too much. So I'm gonna say align items. So is align items gonna work for x-axis or y-axis now?
Becomes the opposite.
Yeah. So basically now it's the x-axis. So I'm gonna say center. Perfect. So now I can use gap. So I'm gonna say gap. Let's say 1 rem. Yeah. Perfect. So that would be it for today's class, and I think today's class was.
But we still need somehow like make the discovery transparent, right? When it hovers over
Yeah. Exactly. Not transparent. It has this brownish
the
color.
frame,
Yeah. Let's
yeah,
do
like
that.
the graphic.
Let's do that. So I'm
But
gonna.
only displayed with the hover.
Yeah, only on hover. So I'm gonna say content, and then button, and then colon hover. So what do we want to do? We want to change the background. So I'm gonna say when I hover upon this button, I want the background color to be this. Yeah, it's good. But the foreground should be white. Perfect. There you go. Okay. So yeah, that will be it for today. So we have done 1, 2, and 3 sections, but it's not that much. So this is your homework. Okay, these 3 sections. We have the header section, we have the video section, and we have this experience section. So that would be it for today's class. So any questions?
All right. No, no questions.
No.
Okay, great. So that would be your homework as well. So please submit it before the next class. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank
Okay.
you.
All
Thank you.
right.
Allah
Thank you
Hafiz.
so
Okay.
much.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
All right. Thank you. Allah